Good evening, everyone. Guess what? Guess where I am? I think some people might recognize this.
People knew where you were yesterday. We're in
Whatever.
morning roast. We're in morning roast. And on the chat, you're in the chat and you're like, I'm driving, blah, blah, blah. And everybody in the chat's like, yeah, you're going to San Diego, geez, San Antonio, whatever. I was like, dang, these
I
people know
originally
you too
wanted
well.
to stream from his room, but when I went in and saw like some of the pieces were like missing, I was like, I don't even want to bother trying to like figure out. how
I
to
thought for
set-
sure you were going to be sitting in his studio. I was waiting for it.
No, I
And then I was
wanted
going to tell
to.
you to sneakily take a super band and see if he notices.
The one scale one, the 1-to-1 scale. Do you think he'll
Any
notice?
of them. No, not the big one. Just find out like a small one somewhere. I think
God
he has
dang
a
it!
smaller
He
one.
mentioned it on the New
He
Year.
snitched you out. Yeah, he did.
Yeah,
He snitched you
he's
out. You can't have secrets. You can't have
it's
secrets around
hard to
here.
have secrets in this. And can I just say this? The boys in this world definitely talk more than the girls. Just saying.
Oh,
They're
that's
gossipers.
facts in general. Men gossip a little bit more than girls. But the difference is that it's not detailed. Whereas us girls will sit down and gossip and we'll tell you everything that happened minute by minute and this and that and the other, and we'll have receipts. The guys will just be like, anyways, did you hear X-ray girls gonna come babysit my house? Then my wife and I can go party. It's gonna be a great time, man. Like that's the difference. Like, the
But
men,
yeah,
yeah, men chitter chatter all the
they
time.
do.
All the time.
And it's fine. I don't mind. Because then at least you know where it's coming from. Maybe
Mhm,
nowhere to.
mhm, mhm.
But
I think you should absolutely. Corey mentioned Twilight. There it is. You could have hit. She still can. Like she has access to the room. I think you should find some Twilight stuff randomly when you're out and about while you're here in San Antonio and just start putting it randomly in Gary's room and see if he knows.
we can try. I am wearing the Bucky's.
Oh,
I got a
cute.
new crop top.
Stand up. Is that the summer one? Not the You didn't get a Valentine's one?
No, I didn't. I
Oh,
thought the
that's
Valentine's one
cute.
was too what's the
That's
word
really
for it? It
cute.
was too on the nose with the
I
hearts
need that Bucky's shirt. Hun, she's got one of the new Bucky shirts and it's like a beach.
with
And
the
the
waves.
Bucky's logo is the sun
Shoot.
and it says Bucky's vibes instead of beach vibes. I
Mhm.
like that. We're gonna be twinning. I need one.
Yeah. Chat. I hope you guys enjoyed the beaver on my chest
It's
and
too cold
I
here
showed
for
it
me
to
to be
you
wearing
all.
anything that's short sleeved. I have all long sleeves
It is
on. I'm so cold.
legit too freaking cold. I landed in a light jacket and then I had to put my sweater on and I have to go buy more sweaters because god dang it, Texas is dang freaking cold. Was
Yeah,
not
last
expecting.
week last week it was hot as heck. We were having a fake spring, and now our winter is back. I think tomorrow the low is supposed to be in the 30s. Like tonight, it's supposed to be like super duper
Yeah.
really cold.
Yeah. I walk into beavers all the time, especially with Bucky's all around Texas. Just saying. Just saying.
Yeah,
I want to
tomorrow's
touch the
high is gonna
beaver.
be 46 degrees. So
Yeah,
bundle up,
that's
Buttercup.
very cold. So I did bring my down jacket. So I guess I could wear that for at least
Yeah,
a
I
little bit.
would. Yeah, or
Uh,
layer. Like if you have any like thinner long sleeves you can put on. I would
yeah.
layer.
Maybe I can go raid a closet too or two. I don't know.
Yeah, or you just be like me and you just, oh no, I don't have anything to wear. Let me go shopping. You said you were gonna go to the Cost of Co. So they've got some
Yeah,
really good
I
clothes
love
there.
Costco so much. But before we begin, we have a couple super chats here. I wanted to catch up on Cajun Corey with a $5 says, I always wondered what people who drive electric cars, do they listen to ACDC or something current? It's a physics joke. Do you get it? Do you get it?
No.
Um, so
You did though, and that's all that matters.
okay. Sorry.
Sorry,
I liked
Corey.
it.
I'm
I
not
liked
that
it.
smart.
Oh gosh. Hoki's a member for 31 months. Holy crap, 31. That's almost 3 years. Jesus. At the meetup, I was asked if I was Xer Girl's husband. And what did you say, Hokies? I need
Hokies
to
was
know.
like, duh, we have 5 children together.
Oh my God. I didn't know about this. Psychotic Mongoose has gifted 5 Poor Choices memberships. Thank you so much,
Thanks,
Psychotic
Mongoose.
Mongoose. We love you. We love you. And Deranged Lunatic, aka DL for 199 says, Extra Girl, we appreciate you showing your beaver. Yeah, I will always show you the beaver, and I love how it's so pink too.
Yeah, that's really cute. It's been a while since I've been into Bucky's to shop. I may have to go peruse.
Yes. So, yeah. Anyways, oh, Hokie says, I said, no, I have too many legs for x-ray. Oh, no. Oh, no. All right. So we have
Oh, no.
some topics today. The main ones being, of course, Pearl versus Nala, which
Oh, yeah.
uh, it's very interesting just listening to her. And then there's some new Blake Lively clips that surfaced. I've been
Oh
trying
my
not to
gosh.
watch all of them, but it's really sad. And you know what? I actually watched the movie on the way over here today, and I have questions, maybe concerns, cries
Yeah,
of
and I
anger.
wish I could help you. You're gonna have to either like Google it or maybe a Reddit forum, or if you're brave enough, go to Book Talk on TikTok and see if maybe you could find your answers there. But Colleen Hoover is the author of the story, and she's pretty problematic. There's people that love her, there are people that hate her, there are people that are like she doesn't need to be writing anymore. She's actually, rumor has it that she's retired after all of this drama. She won't be
Yeah,
writing again. But I guess the movie has nothing to do with the like it does, but the book is it's about DV. We kind of talked about this before, whereas in the book it's more of a heavier message, despite, if you don't like Colleen Hoover as an author, like I guess the message is heavier and it's better done than the movie was. I don't know. I haven't
yeah.
watched or read either of it, but the
Um,
girlies are not happy. The bookie girlies.
so let's start with
Mhm.
that since we're kind of on that topic.
Okay,
So
so
the movie in itself, um, the portrayal of the domestic stuff between
Mhm.
Baldoni and Lively, there were, I almost want to say like, there was definitely probably like two instances that are like definite. But there was one where it involves stairs where she was like chasing after him and she had actually came in and he actually like turned and pushed her, which I almost like I don't want to consider that 100% because that could happen by accident too,
Oh,
unless
did he
she
like push her down
purposely
the
pushed.
stairs or
Like
something?
at least in the visual that they showed, um, she had she was chasing him, trying to get him to stop running away from her, and they were kind of going down the stairwell, and he like turned to go down the stairs, and she ended up in front of him. So I think that
Oh.
one it seemed a bit not on that end of the that which it could have been a failure of the director to portray that proper,
Mhm.
or was it in the book? I don't know. I didn't read the book.
Yeah, I
But
have
yeah,
no idea.
it, it it's very interesting because if this is the lively cut that made it, it glamorizes the florals and the fashion and all this and
Yeah,
makes
and her
it
fashion's wrong. I do know that from the book.
unnecessary. It is so
Sure, her fashion
unnecessary.
is very wrong in the movie. So, and I guess in the book, the character that she plays is supposed to be kind of eclectic, but someone that you would see like kind of like a modern hippie in a way. So picture like the 60s hippie girlies with their florals and their kind of that vintage thrifted look.
Which she
That
has
is
a little, but high fashion.
yeah. Yeah, but it was more high fashion, whereas I think in the book she actually shops at like vintage or thrift stores or something. I again not read it. I'm just going off of what I've heard on Instagram and TikTok. So
And
from the
so
girls that have read it. So
it undermines the message of the story, in my opinion, kind of just having that
she
there
also
and you're
wears
just
like two
wasting money.
pairs of pants at one point, I guess.
I don't remember that.
I
This movie is
screenshots I've
so
seen,
small.
she's got like jeans on and then like jeans and then that are a little bit higher and then she's wearing like low-rise jeans over the top or something ridiculous and I was like, why is she wearing two pairs of pants? I don't know, but you guys can go Google it if you want, but yeah. Yes, Davina,
Yeah.
there it is. That's a good that's a good way to put it. For
Cottage
my other
core
females in
versus
the
hot
chat,
couture.
cottage core versus haute couture. Yeah. Yeah.
Couture. Yeah, it was very interesting. I actually quite like the movie. I just wish it had maybe some scenes that were more obviously domestic, you
Mhm.
know. Um, but anyways, Blake Lively, it's like, you know, she continues to put her foot in her mouth. And more interviews come up of her and how bad she was. Because I really truly think that if post press tour for this movie, she shut her mouth and didn't create a
Yep.
settlement or sign a
Yep.
settlement, sue Justin Baldoni and his team, it would
Well,
have
yeah, it
blown
came
over.
out with like the whole, and here's this is, and I'm probably jumping the gun here, but not meant anything to do with this clip, but it watching the Super Bowl on Sunday, it kind of hit me like, because we were joking around at the party I was at, like, who's gonna be in the box with Taylor Swift? Like, are they gonna put her with Trump? Like, are we just gonna see them like yelling at each other? We were joking, like, who's gonna be there? Because Blake Lively wasn't gonna be there, that's for sure, because Taylor has distanced herself from the two of them. Like,
Mhm.
I'm not involved in this, which has turned out to be a lie, but well, they'll just go through that later. But it kind of hit me like this whole thing started because Blake Lively tried to say that Baldoni has actually harassed her in an inappropriate way, right? Like, it was inappropriate. He made me feel uncomfortable. We had to get this intimacy coordinator. Like, this is bad. And I got everybody's gear. Like, that's how this whole thing kind of started. And Taylor Swift, who's your best friend and who literally, I mean, most of us don't agree with her activism work, but we've seen Taylor like go after people that have either wronged her or wronged the people that she loves or whatever. Like, she's like a bulldog. She really is. She's like a little pit bull off its leash, and she'll go after. She hasn't done that once. She stayed really quiet. So, like, your story is so bbad and so made up that you couldn't even convince your best friend that
Yeah.
this happened. Like, dang. Dang. Because if Taylor believed her, even if it turned out she was wrong, if Taylor believed her for even 1 second, she would be unleashing the hounds, whatever those hounds are. And she's not and instead she's like, "I'm not a part of this. I'm going to the Super Bowl by myself. I don't who are these people?" Bleh. Anyway.
So something I wanted to highlight, because we've seen the social justice warriors do this. They create a narrative in their head. We've seen it in the text messages that were released, in the instances she refers to in her lawsuit.
Mhm.
And then we see what actually happened, or at least clips of other people that have surfaced, including text messages that aren't curated to look like one thing. This is
Mhm.
another.
Yeah.
Is that she is so delusional, she will make stuff up and believe it to a T, that that is what happened. And this
Yeah.
just shows that, facts will prevail. Don't make things up. Don't gaslight other people. Maybe
Especially
some of that
nowadays.
wasn't delusion.
Yeah, it used to be easier. He said, she said, there wasn't really a whole lot. Like, you had to really have proof one way or the other, which is why cases like this, like if this were a legitimate thing, like that, it would be so hard normally to take to court. Like, hi, wicked. Like SA cases, SH cases, like all of anything that involves that harassment or whatever and of the sexual nature is so hard. They were my dad's least favorite things to deal with because I
It's
mean,
a huge
unless the
thing.
woman or man comes in bleeding, like fresh from the hunt, whatever. Like, it's all he said. She said it's so hard to prove because most victims don't come forward for weeks, months, even years later. Like, it's so hard to prove. But nowadays, you
Mhm.
have text, you have location tracking, you have GPS, and
Are
our
there
like
people,
testing has gotten, yeah.
like,
Like,
people who'll bring out their cell phones and be like, "Oh my god, it's Blake Lively. Oh my god, it's Justin Baldoni. I'm gonna video
right.
you guys walking
Yeah.
around, filming
Yep.
this movie." And that's exactly what happened. You know, you're always on watch. So be careful what you do, because, yeah, well, a psychotic mom who says this really well. She is tanking her own career. And the
She
only reason
is.
she has a career is because of her husband and probably Taylor Swift.
Yeah. 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 I mean, people who knew, we millennial women mostly knew who she was because of like Gossip Girl and the Sister of the Traveling Pants, but as a whole, like, she was no Scarlett Johansson kind of thing. Like, she wasn't that kind of a name. Maybe she would have been there one day, I don't know. But yeah, Ryan Reynolds, her relationship with Ryan and how public it was, the fact that he cheated on Scarlett Johansson with her, like, it or left Scarlett Johansson. I guess there's no proof that they cheated, but there wasn't any proof that Angelina and Brad cheated either, and here we are. Anyway, my point is that he left Scarlett Johansson for this girl, and it was like, oh dang, like, that's crazy. It was a big scandal, and so of course her name was out there, and then she was randomly everywhere, and it's just, but he's the one that kept her in the spotlight because she didn't really do much acting after that because they got married and she started
Mhm.
having babies. So anyway,
Yep. Yep. I will say she looked banging good in the movie. post baby. Putting it out there.
Mhm,
She's
mhm.
really good. I'll give her
Yeah,
props for
they
that.
have 4. I think she just had one too.
Yeah, yeah.
Their
She
4th
was
is
still
what? Not even a year
pumping
yet?
and pumping
Yes,
during
that's
the
right.
filming.
That's
So,
right. Yeah.
all right. So this is from Jeremy Knopf. I don't know how to say your last name. Sorry. Oof. Blake Lively's PR crisis is about to get a lot worse and will likely cost her hundreds of millions of dollars. This is a resurfaced video showing Lively admitting to misrepresenting herself and confirms what Baldoni and others have said about her true motives. I don't see any way she can recover from this, and I'm so freaking excited to
Me
see this.
neither.
It's just
Wait
as
till you guys
important
hear
to
this.
say, okay, it's just as important to say, okay, I believe in this, and that's why I'm standing up for it, and that's why I'm not being difficult. And then there are other moments to go, like, am I the asshole in the room? Like, what is happening here? I would show up on a set. I knew that they just wanted me to show up and look cute and stand on a little pink sticker where I'm supposed to go and say what I'm supposed to say. But I also knew that like that wasn't fulfilling for me, that I wanted to be a part of the storytelling, that I wanted to be a part of the narrative, whether that be in the writing and the costume design and creating the character. And sometimes I had directors or producers or writers who would welcome that and invite that once they saw that I was able to offer that. And sometimes I would have people who really resented that because they were like, we just hired you to be an actor. Yet when I went in the meetings, I would just seem like I'm just there to be the actor and ready to get the gig. I wouldn't reveal that I actually need to have authorship in order to feel fulfilled. So I think that for them, sometimes
Authorship.
it might have felt like a rug pull because you're like, you're trying to assert yourself into something that we didn't hire you to do. And so it was like, it was a really strange position to be in because I felt like I don't want to just like be an actor. Like I want to, I want to have more authorship.
Which
So
I
then
think it's
don't be
fine.
an actress. Oh my
But
God.
as I was going to say, don't. It's fine to want to have a bigger role in a movie. You create your own firm. You create and buy
Right.
rights to a movie,
Yeah.
and you should make a movie. Like she could have. I know this happened in Vampire Diaries. Some of the actors actually directed episodes of Vampire
Yes.
Diaries.
Yes, that happens with a lot of, like later on, like well into that happens with a lot. Like that happened in Supernatural. Vampire Diaries was one. I think Gilmore Girls in the later, but it's usually the later seasons where the
Yeah.
actors themselves are more seasoned as actors and they understand the workings behind everything. Like that's usually how that works. You don't just go in basically being a Trojan horse. I'm here to act,
Or
and then you want to take
Brat.
over a project. What?
Because guess what? You are not the end all be all of this movie. You are one moving cog. And this is the thing that there are certain people in that industry that think they are the hottest crap in the movie. You are just one part of the movie. But guess what? You need really good lighting. You need really good sets. You need really good scripts in order to make this all happen. Good camera work. So if she wants to do this, there are ways to say it too. Like if you
Mhm.
think, oh my gosh, would this be a good shot? Let me know if you're open to feedback.
Yeah.
Because
I mean,
guess what? They might have a vision.
yes. And here's the thing too, is if you come into like the way she's talking, like Henry Cavill is a really great example, and not just him, but he's off the top of my head because we all know how passionate he is. He comes into a role, especially let something like that he loves. Superman, The Witcher, and now Warhammer. These three things, he's a big, huge nerd about, right? He knows them, he reads the books, he watches the movies, he's done the lore studies, he's immersed in these worlds for whatever, because he's just a genuine nerd, like I am, like Gary is, whatever. So for him to come into a thing and be like, yes, I'm auditioning as the actor, but I'm also bringing on a resume, like I know these things in and out. So if you have somebody or you have any questions or whatever, like I can tell you what this role should be, or maybe I can give you some insight, that would make more sense. She didn't even read the book. She
And
didn't
that
even
is
read the
a
book.
failure of so many writers that we see today is that they do not do the research that they need in order to bring the scripts to life. And guess what? I think that there could have been stronger things in this movie. Maybe if she didn't insert herself for her vision,
Mhm.
they could have spent the money not on fashion and actually profited way more. Because guess what? You don't have to have nice boots and hair, and like I saw some Louboutins in the shots as well.
Yeah.
Do we need
Yeah.
that in a
It's
domestic
no.
movie? No.
And that's not that's not the role either. Like, it would be different if that was the role, but that's not what this character is. It is crazy to me that you would, "Oh, I'm gonna pretend to be the actress, and then I'm gonna be to take authorship over this movie." Why don't you just be a producer? Why don't you just write your own, or if you can't write it, which is fine, not everybody's a writer, fine, but be a producer. Ryan Reynolds had full say in all his Deadpool movies. Why? Because it's his movie. He owns
Yeah.
whatever rights, or he has whatever producer roles, or he has whatever it is contract, so he can do whatever the heck he wants to. Same with Scarlett Johansson's movie coming out that she's decorating. Geez, always directing with Justin Baldoni as a producer, by the way. That's tea. But
Mhm.
anyway, that's coming out. I don't know what it is, but she's got a movie coming out, her first ever directorial debut. You bet your butt that as the actress and the director, she can say, "You know what? I have say in this character. Why? It's hers." Like,
Uh-huh.
don't just come into somebody else's project. What? That's like you going to a job, getting hired as the secretary, and then you all of a sudden sit at the manager's desk. You're like, "I'm the manager now."
Yeah.
What?
Oh, can I just say for the girls out there? Oh my God, Justin Baldoni looks so good in that movie.
It's really a
He does
shame
a
he's the bad
really
guy.
good job. Yeah, and so not that I've ever been in a domestic altercation like that, and to the extent that they portray in the movie, but I think the movie has a really good uh like overall message, which is like, even if things are starting to look up, maybe be the example for
Mhm.
the next generation type of thing. And the way they kind of portray it was just so beautiful. And I just wish the entire movie kind of had that heart to it. And I think the interactions did it for me, not the stuff that
Yeah.
happened around it.
Mhm.
So yeah, and Hertz is right. Justin's so dreamy. I always thought he was dreamy, even from like Jane the Virgin days. Oh my god.
See, and I've never heard of this man before until all of this, and yeah, objectively, he's prettier than Ryan. Objectively.
Objectively, he's prettier than a
Objectively
lot of
speaking, he's
girls.
prettier. But yeah, well, that's fair too. It just is, I don't know. I think there's a lot of insecurities. I think if you watch, and I don't know if you notice this while watching the movie, but their chemistry, or her chemistry
They have
rather,
very good chemistry.
yeah. And I've
They
seen the
really
behind the
do.
scenes clip that she tried to say were harassment that we've now come out, where it shows her initiating things and like grabbing him to be like, "No,
Mhm.
you should grab me like this and kiss me passionately." She very much has a crush on him. And listen, when you're working in rom-coms, I'm not agreeing, but when you're working in rom-coms, okay, you get feelings. Sometimes that happens.
Yeah.
I get it, right? He's
Look at
cute, she's pretty, whatever. But man, settle your
look
tits.
at this
Okay.
man. He's just so beautiful.
Yeah.
Why is it the same
Objectively.
picture over again? Yeah.
I don't know. That's weird. Oh, what a baby.
Right? Right?
Did they ever date in real life, I wonder?
I don't think so.
Oh, they would make a cute couple.
Yeah. When the series premiered, oh, she was dating the boyfriend. Um oh wait, no, that's the show.
That's
Never
the
mind.
plot, yeah.
I don't know. But oh, he's on. And I know he's like a super feminist, and there's like TED Talks that he's had talking about that. But
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
know. Even if he is a feminist, there are male feminists that aren't of the group that are trying to subvert that movement to get um kitties. I don't think he needs that in order to get girls if
Well,
he
he's
wanted.
married. I think he's because he and his wife have been together for forever and a
Yeah, with
day. And if
kids.
you follow down the rabbit hole, like Ari Jacobs has done videos on it, Legal Mindset has done video. I mean, everybody and their mother with way more knowledge than I have. Sevi, her channel, Legally Sevi, has done videos on this, talk about the legal side of it and everything like that. So it goes, they all post like the in and outs of it. It's like a 900-page. It's insane. And of course, the website that Baldoni
And the
has team put out.
text message page, like
The
it's
text
pretty.
messages, he flat out every single time, unless it was about the character or if something got, I don't know, he would always bring up his wife and kids. Like,
And
you
he
know, she
loves
would
them
say
so
something,
much.
"Oh, well, I think this could be, now that the character's got a baby, like maybe we should do whatever what she said." And he was like, "Oh yeah, I know that when my wife and my babies were younger, like blah blah." And you could just feel like you could almost feel it reading it that Blake's like, that's not what I was getting at, but okay, yeah, let's do
I
that.
wanted to
I
flirt you and I, not you and your wife.
Yeah, I guarantee you this my theory. I think I've said this before, but I'll say it again. My theory is that the girl caught some feels. Okay. She is mostly stay at home. She's got 4 kids. As far as we know, they don't use a whole lot of nannies because she doesn't work, especially while Ryan's working. They've come out and talked about this
She
several
doesn't
times.
need
So, like,
to.
she's probably feeling overwhelmed. Ryan's got this huge career. I'm not saying it's right, and she or anything like that. And she maybe caught some feels for Justin and was flirty and was whatever. And maybe he rejected her. Maybe it didn't go the way she wanted. Maybe Ryan caught her. Either way, that's what I think happened. One
Think
of those
Ryan
scenarios
caught
happened,
her.
and she said, "No, he made me feel uncomfortable. I didn't know how to react."
Well, why would she create this narrative with how, like, looking at the text, looking at maybe the interactions that you hear from other people, how could she misinterpret that bad? She was trying to protect herself
Mhm.
from
Mhm.
Ryan
Yep.
catching.
Yep. That's what I think. I think that's what I think happened.
So,
Is either he did catch them or he did read something, be like, "What the hell is this?" Not that he has room to talk, Mr. I left my girlfriend for ScarJo, then married her because I fell in love with her on set, and then married her, and we're together for like maybe 2 years. And then I got mad because she was getting more famous than me, and I got mad at Hugh Jackman because he made a comment about her, like me not hurting her or whatever, and all of this stuff. And so my beef with Hugh Jackman actually was real and not fake, like we pretended all of these years. Anyway, and then now,
mm,
fast forward to Green Lantern, and I meet Blake Lively, and I fall in love with Blake Lively, and I divorce ScarJo for Blake Lively. But sit down, sir. We can plainly see what happened. Like, it's
mhm.
calm down. You don't have any room to talk. I'm not saying falling in love with a coworker is good. Don't do that. But hello.
Yeah, I can see it being easy because we've seen so many celebrities date their co-stars. Even Blake Lively, she dated Penn
Mhm.
Badgley during Gossip
And
Girl. So
Badgley, Ryan Reynolds, and there was another one. Golly, hold on, I'm gonna
I
Google it
don't
right now.
remember, but either way, you kiss them a lot, you end up catching feelings. And can I just say, some of those scenes very hot,
Mhm. Mhm.
very steamy. They had chemistry. Okay, they had chemistry for sure. Um,
The other one was Sebastian Stan,
oh, really?
who was in Gossip Girl as well. Yeah.
Oh,
So
I
she went through
forgot
Sebastian
about
Stan, Penn
that.
Badgley. There was rumors about the guy
Chase Crawford.
uh, Chase Crawford, but I don't know if that was ever confirmed. There was rumors flying. I don't know if that ever was a thing.
I
Maybe
can
they're just
see
it
it.
doesn't
It
matter.
probably hub
But
up.
Sebastian Stan was confirmed. Penn Badgley was confirmed. I think she left one for the other.
She
Can't quote
probably
me.
left Penn for Sebastian. So
I
yeah,
mean,
she
do we
climbed
blame
her way
her?
up.
No. But yeah, it's just like both of you have histories of this for whatever reason. That's between you and your therapist. So like Ryan being mad at her and being like, whatever, if that is what happened, it's super hypocritical. But that's what I think happened. I think she either got rejected and got butthurt and was trying to be petty, or Ryan saw messages and was like, what the hell is this? And she went, "Oh no, he's harassing me. Oh, what do I do?" And then that spiraled everything. Those are my two theories. So I don't know which one
And
it
I
is. I
think
don't know
they're
if
pretty
we'll
good
find out.
ones. We'll find out. Well, with time.
Mhm.
Andrew Matthews, member for 30 months, says, I see Kara got in emergency rashes for x-ray. Kara got a brand new dog, very cute. Sir Braxwell, something smush.
Oh, that's what they
He's
named
so
him. So
cute.
cute. I was like, he kind of looks like a professor, like
Uh,
Professor Smush or something. I don't know.
very, very cute, very chunky boy. Oh my God. I wish I had the chance to meet the puppy before I left, but
Oh.
they got the dog after I left. Um, Akaluep, Akalup for 2 months. Member message says, shout out to you, awesome ladies, 199.
Ackle
Thank
whoop,
you.
ackle whack.
Akalup. If I said that correctly, I'm so sorry.
Ackle WP too.
Mm-hmm. Carl Anderson, hi. I met Carl at the con, actually.
Aw,
Funnily
everybody
enough.
looks like they had so much fun. I saw your picture on Instagram, your story of the meetup crowd. Like, holy crap.
It is insane.
I mean, it is a nightclub, so it's gonna be like you're gonna have way more people in there than like this. If some of you have been to the smaller meetups, but dang, seeing that picture, I was
That's a
like,
lot of people. A
holy
lot of
cow.
people. So, but
That
I had
that
fun.
club used to look like that on a daily basis when it was open.
Oh my God, really?
Crazy. Yeah, the Coconut Club on Fridays and Saturdays is well, of course, because it's the
Let's
weekend,
just
but
say
man.
it was very fun for dancing. It was a good mix of music. I quite enjoyed it. So,
Mhm.
who enjoys other things like fighting, as Pearl says, whores? Pearl versus Nala, which is
This girl is obsessed with this woman. I
yeah.
cannot.
Um, so let me just play this little clip. So Nala has actually is going to sue or is suing Pearl right now for defamatory statements. But I need you to just watch this little beginning clip of her just talking about this,
Oh
and
god.
it's just she says she's not upset about women like this, but she kind of is.
I couldn't believe my ears. So apparently, since as you guys know, there is an OnlyFans model to well, why do I say OnlyFans model? Let's call it what it is. There is a hooker to Jesus pipeline. And the hookers really don't like me calling this out. They need to go get their simp money. And I don't know which one of you in the chat is signing up, but somebody is signing up and buying this BS. Anyway.
I don't think they're necessarily hookers. I'll give them that. Pearl's
I mean, by
literally
definition, because
defaming.
they're getting paid for sexual activity. I think that's the definition. But
I
yeah,
thought
I don't know.
I thought that sexual relations, but I mean, I could be wrong. We
I
could
have no
we could
idea.
literally Google this
I
if
love how
I
all of a sudden she's got this American flag. I think now that she's back in the States because the UK, she was done in the UK, she's back in the States, she's suddenly got an American flag. Yeah. All right, anyway. I haven't watched any of
uh
her stuff since moving over here. So
oh the meaning of a hooker is a person who engages in intercourse in exchange for pay.
prostitute, same thing.
So
We're all the same thing.
does Nala do it
So
for pay? Or did it for
technically
pay?
she did. Yeah. Technically OnlyFans is a form of prostitution. I don't know what we're allowed to say on YouTube. I don't know, guys. Technically, because you're getting paid for sexual activity, whether you're not getting it done to you necessarily, but it's still a sexual content. So technically, yeah.
Can we call
Technically,
Twitch a site for hookers as well then?
Yeah.
By definition?
Depending on what your content is, yeah. Caviteno says Nala is in a faithful relationship and Pearl's relationship status is what? Question mark? Great question. I honestly don't know. I
Okay.
have no clue. Oops. I know about her ex-boyfriend.
I do like that
Yeah.
she's cleaned up her image a bit though, ever since she's gone stateside. She might need to
Oh, Pearl, yeah.
clean her
Yeah,
hair
yeah.
up a little here, but that's fine. It's okay. As a person who is not wearing makeup, obviously, you can totally critique my image. It's fine. So Pearl puts up, someone tell this bitch I'm not deleting this crap. So this is a violation of Nala Ray's privacy rights, confidential settlement communication subject to Fed RE what yada yada yada. Dear Miss Davis, this firm representing at Fitness Nala, aka Nala the Ninja or Nala Ray, also known as Nala Ray. If you are represented by counsel, please forward this letter to your counsel to respond directly to us. As you know, our client is an influencer who publishes content on TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram/Meta. Over the years, our client has gained significant goodwill among the public associated with her professional success via social media outreach and content creation to millions of viewers and followers. Our client transitioned out of the adult content industry and now is publicly known as a follower of the Christian faith and publishes content that is led by Christian values and morals. So, recently our client learned that your YouTube channel, Just Pearly Things or Pearl Daily, is engaging in the spread of false, destructive, and or defamatory content about her as part of your self-described campaign against her, directed towards her Christian faith and her past as an OnlyFans creator. You have frequently cast our client in a false light and have made false allegations and allusions to intentionally damage her. So I did watch one of Pearl's videos of Nala like baking. And tell me if this is a thing, because I don't bake. When you powder things to roll dough,
Mhm.
do you powder the roller as well?
Yeah.
Okay. So she said that her powdering the roller is indicating like a hand job. as an example.
This woman, you know that part in the Bible where it says don't hate people. This woman tests me on a daily basis. You have to listen, if you you have to powder, you have to put the flour on the freaking rolling pin. You know why? Because otherwise the goopy flour that's sitting on your parchment paper, on your counter, on your whatever, is going to stick to the rolling pin. So you're trying to roll out the dough for whatever reason to make it thinner, which is what you're supposed to do. So like you're making a pizza crust or you're making cookies or you're making, it doesn't matter. Pick something. You have to roll the dough out. If you don't do that, the dough will stick to the rolling pin, especially if it's wood. Especially if it's wood, which they mostly are. Finding a stainless steel one's really hard. I don't really like them. The wooden one's better, but that's a whole other story. You have
But
to
that's
do
the weird
you have
thing.
to do that. That is not polishing.
So I don't bake. I had to ask because I know you baked before, and Pearl is
Let me see
literally
if I
seeing
can
what she
find
wants
it.
to see.
I have not seen this video, so I don't know what is it from her
Uh,
TikTok? Do you
no,
remember where she got the video?
I was watching Pearl's coverage of poor Nala because it it feels so like I hate that she thinks that she's not attacking people, but she is attacking people. Like I've seen enough. Oh, here I have that video.
Is it the bread one? I think I found it too.
I found her coverage of the actual video.
Oh,
Here,
perfect.
stop sharing.
Everybody's like, we need context.
Life baking content. And look at, I'm not against a little trad life. I mean, fellas in the chat, one, if you want, I'm
Here.
just gonna ask, what do you guys notice? Now wait for it. The best part is coming. What's that's not even the best part. I'm just saying, can we call this what it is? Okay, what was
So apparently, licking a spoon is sexual. I'm just trying to get
Everything
to
this
the
girl.
roller
And
pin.
here's the thing, though, is like everything this girl does, whether it's sexual or not, on purpose, like people are gonna automatically think that because of her past. Oh, there it is. I saw
she
it.
just but okay, let's keep going. Now wait for it. She does a hand job motion on the freaking roller. You cannot take these women out of the streets. You can't. Now, a lot of people have said, Pearl, it's not like you want her to go back to doing corn. Yes! Yes, I do. That would be more of a service than subpar baking trad content. At least
That
when
is
she's doing
not
the
a
corn.
hand job motion. What is she on about?
And then she goes on to say,
I'm more
"I'd
concerned about the
rather
fact that all
you-"
has got the stickers on the thing, but that's a whole other story.
Yeah.
She's learning.
And she's
We're
like,
getting
I'd
there.
rather
It's
you
fine.
go and be a OnlyFans creator than make this type of content. Why? So you can continue to make money off of this? Because I'll call it as it
Oh.
is. It's grifting, just as we are doing the same thing, commenting on this.
I can't. It's her mind in the gutter. Everything this girl does. She could put on a full-on nun outfit and go convert herself into the nunnyism and never leave the light of day. And Pearl would say something like, oh, well, now she's got no light to show us what she does in the dark. You know what I mean, guys?
Look, Single Guy Cooking says, I
That's
would
not
say
enough
she didn't
flour.
put enough flour on that. So if
Mhm.
anything, she held herself back.
That's not enough flour. She probably, I mean, I don't know. I haven't watched this
I
video,
don't know.
but she might have fixed it. But yeah, that is not, that's what you do. That's what you do. You sprinkle, I mean, some bakers will have a pile of flour and you roll the rolling pin in the flour itself, or you sprinkle it on and like you rub it into the wood. Yes, you why is the label still on the rolling pin? I know. But
We have
listen,
no
we're learning.
idea.
She's learning, is learning. We had to explain to her the last video she did that Pearl made fun of her for, because she didn't wear a bra, which you couldn't tell because she was wearing a baggy sweatshirt and her hair comes down here anyway. So like even if there was a cold situation, couldn't see it because her hair covers all the way down here. So Pearl really had to be looking to make the assumption that she didn't have a bra on. Also, she's at home. Who wears a bra at home? Nobody. Anyway, she baked something in the oven with like nachos and she put them on wax paper instead of parchment paper. And all of us in the comments were like, girly, no, you need parchment paper. You will set your house on fire using wax paper. Like obviously she's trying. She doesn't know, like, I'm learning how to bake bread. I'm learning new recipes too. Like, I get it. I'm not judging. I get it. So, clearly she needs a little bit more, but she'll get there. She'll get there. Anyway,
Oh,
God.
Andrew Matthews says he always wears a bra at home. Well, you're a better woman than most.
Smart.
Okay.
You're a better woman than most. Most 99.999% of us, unless you're like huge and it's uncomfortable, which I don't have that problem.
I just, yeah, anyways, I'm not going to say anything.
Girl makes me drink. Anyway,
Let me just finish off this statement here. Defamatory remarks have been made to your audience of almost 2 million subscribers, exclusive of other platforms aside from YouTube. For example, you have made comments like, she's grifting God. And the reason she was doing that is because she's trying to convert her followers to Christian followers that follow her and now make her money off of TikTok. Additionally, multiple videos hosted by you feature thumbnail images of your client along with blah, 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 blah. And I mean, even if we just saw those teensy clips of those videos, she says like a lot of pretty aggressive things.
not to mention the screenshots that she had to go look for somehow, whether she asked her followers to send them to her or she hinted that she needed them. Pearl posted screenshots of Nala's corn days on OnlyFans. One of them is a threesome with 2 girls, and the other is, I mean, they're graphic. Like, they're
But like,
bad. They're
aren't you
very,
also
very graphic.
to share those as
Is
well?
that
Because
wasn't mentioned?
technically, that agreement that was said. I know. When you agree to not share things on OF, it still happens.
Well, yeah, but she was doing it in a way. Let's see if I can find the post now. I think I sent it in our group chat. It's the blurred out version, so we can show it on YouTube. It's fine. But it was the post. Pearl went out of her way to find these images somehow, whether she Googled them herself. I don't know. It doesn't matter. But she made the post of like, oh yeah, she totally didn't know what she was doing, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, Nala has never said that. I've watched her. She's never said that. She does not claim to be a trad wife now. She doesn't claim to be traditional. She doesn't claim to be any of that. Is she learning more traditional habits? Yeah, that comes naturally with changing your lifestyle to a little bit more conservative / Christian view anyway. That's going to come naturally. So is she doing that? Yeah, but she has never once said, I'm a trad wife, I'm traditional, blah, 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 blah. She's never said that. She's never said that she didn't know what she was doing when she was in OF. She never said any of that. She did know what she was doing. She may not have understood the consequences at the time, or maybe the nuances of the business or whatever at the time because she was young. Fine. Nobody does when we're getting into our own businesses, especially at 20-something years old. Okay, we're stupid. So Pearl's just like full on making shit up. Like, she's never said any of that. And then so she takes these screenshots, one of them full nude. I mean, they're bad. I think she still has the post up unless Twitter took it down because people were reporting it. But she one of them was like a video that she did with 2 other girls, and all 3 of them are naked and it's a thing. And then the other is like a full-on eggplant situation in her face, and she's doing like that, the cross-eyed face that she makes, that kind of thing. And Pearl posted these photos in their full glory. And I understand that they're in the public. I understand that. But it was basically, I don't want to say revenge
I
porn
don't
because
need
that's
to
not
see
right.
that. It is still technically revenge porn in a sense. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And she did it to be mean. She didn't do it in a like, oh, look, these are still on the internet, come at me. She did it in it to be a mean, nasty girl and say things that and to hold this girl's past against her, which only people do. Like, her past is is done. If you don't want to forget it, that's on you. But to hold that against her and that is very evil. That's not okay for anybody. Like, she's changing her life. You can clearly see it. Even Melanie has come out and been like, I've seen changes in her. To me, she seems legit. Even Melanie Mack has come out and said that.
Yeah.
So
I'm just trying to look for more. This girl tweets so much. I can't keep up.
Pearl. Oh my God, it's awful.
Yeah. I was trying to find more stuff about Nala, but
do I have anything?
what can you do? I'm interested.
She's obsessed with her. Obsessed. Every other post she makes is about this girl. It's like she goes hunting for the content because she knows that's the only thing that's going to get it. That's going to get her attention anymore. And it's like, girl. Oh, here it is.
What?
Oh, yeah, that's not the non-blurred. That's the non-blurred version. Good God, I can't show that one to you. But the pictures that I described are accompanied, this was on January 31st, by the caption, "Your trad wife," it is still up. So if you guys really want to go, January 31st is the date. Have fun. "Your trad wife," says Pearl, "she was so broken and totally didn't know what she was doing." And her replies on this post are mostly, and men and women are like, "This is so petty and low level of you to do that. What is wrong with you? You know, you're no better than whatever." She lost a lot of followers on that one.
Yeah. And I mean, her videos haven't been doing very well since she's kind of went more this solo route, I guess, versus the
Yeah.
panel shows. But panel shows aren't doing very well in general, anyways.
Yeah.
In the red pill space, things have changed a lot. So, uh, anyways, do you think Nala's gonna? I don't think Nala's gonna win this lawsuit. I think that it is her way
I don't
of
know that
trying
it'll
to.
go anywhere, but it
I don't
just
think it
like
will.
it's got to be so exhausting. You know, it's just got to be so exhausting. That poor girl.
Yeah,
Where is?
because even like looking at this is me scrolling here. The Nala baking video is subtly sexual. I don't think she intended it to be. She spent years making corn and her entire identity about being sexually desirable to extreme. I think she's got a lot of little subtle habits in her mannerisms and facial expressions. I agree with that.
That would be yes. I would probably agree with that too. And that goes for anybody. When you're trying to change your life, whether you turn to a religion or not, but you try to change your life. Let's say you stop drinking. Let's say you stop smoking. Let's do whatever. You have a habit or a behavior that you're trying to break. You're going to do these little things, right? Little things are going to set you off subconsciously. You know, maybe you have a rough day and you're like, oh, I need to, or your habit. Like when my parents quit smoking, each of them had a very different way of changing their habit. My dad does the little like e-cigs. My mom quit cold turkey, but she still had the habit. So like, but when she smoked, she would get up and she would have a Diet Coke and a cigarette like at 7 a.m. And like that was her thing. And so she would still get up and go out like out of habit. She had to retrain her brain, which you do. You have to retrain your brain. So that I would agree with. It may not be on purpose. It's most likely a subtle thing where you're like, oh, I'm baking this thing. Let me lick the spatula, which we all do. But in her mind, or not in her mind, but she's doing it maybe a different way than we would normally do. Yeah, it's
just
because we're not in
habits.
that world. Yeah, that I would agree with. That doesn't make her a bad person. That doesn't make anything less legitimate. Pearl needs to calm the fuck down. I'm so sick of her crap.
I would like to see if she ends up actually suing her, if she could be successful. I don't think she can. She's got too many things to worry about other than Pearl. I think because Nala is the most popular OF2 Christian content creator. So
yeah.
And speaking of OF, we'll get to it in a moment. There is an article. Let me just preview it. The title is, "I'm a model. Any man who wants to marry me should pay husband tax to maintain my hot body." Anyways.
Oh yeah.
Here's some super chats. Nightmare for 5 says, "Now this might strike some viewers as harsh, but I believe everyone involved in the story should die," says Norm MacDonald. I don't know why this is making news. So it honestly, it's just petty girl versus girl stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And we're just watching.
Oh, here we go. All right, this is the safe version. I freaking finally found it. Since we're on the subject, it was bothering me. It's safe. Don't worry, YouTube. Calm down.
Most of the
you literally had to censor this whole post. This was the first thing I saw was this screenshot. So whoever took this screenshot and edited this out, I was like, what the heck is going on here? And unfortunately, I went to her account. Anyway, there's 2 girls here and there's a situation going on here. But yeah. And they're like super graphic for people who, and listen, this is my biggest problem with like Andrew Tate too, is for people who are anti this behavior. You're so vehemently anti this behavior. You hate women because of it, whether you are a woman. Pearl hates women. Tate hates women. Tomasi is borderline. Although, yeah, no, he probably hates women too. They're so anti this behavior and anti this culture. And here you are encouraging it and promoting it by, on Tate's side, working in that industry, and on Pearl's side, posting these screenshots. Where in your brain
On
Like,
top of
hello?
that, she literally said that. I would rather you go
Yes.
be an OF creator than make
Mhm.
subpar trad wife
Mhm.
content.
Yep.
So, what are you doing for yourself to improve the world? Pointing things out is one thing, but helping change it is another. And I think Shane works up to a certain point because guess what? Lead by example. She does not lead by example whatsoever.
No.
But anyways, we got Dan Halen for 5 British pounds. Says honestly, Pearl looks halfway okay in the Nala reaction clip until she starts speaking and smiling.
Just everything
Oh,
that
wow.
comes out of her mouth is so hateful and vitriol. It's awful. Like,
Mhm.
ma'am, go outside. I'm begging you. Just sit in the sun for a minute. It'll help you.
And brush your
Well,
hair,
I
but that's fine.
Golly.
Mr. Tex has gifted a Poor Choices membership. Thank you so much, Mr.
Thank you, Mr.
Tex. Cheers. All right. So I thought this article was funny, just even for the title itself. Says, I'm a model. Any man who wants to marry me should pay husband tax to maintain my hot body. Now, you could say this about anything. You could say this about dancers. You could say this about actors, actresses, musicians, et cetera, et cetera. I think this husband tax seems really silly, but let's see what she has to say about this. Looking good doesn't come cheap. A Brazilian influencer has been ripped after proposing that men pay a monthly husband tax to help fund their wife's wellness routines. After all, men love to see us like this, always well taken care of. Carol Rosalind, 25, told Jam Press while detailing the rationale behind her unorthodox health insurance plan. Okay, she looks good. Okay. The
Which
Sao
is
Paulo,
beautiful.
she's absolutely gorgeous. So she's become a sensation due to her commitment to fitness, which includes weightlifting 5 times a week, daily cardio, and subsisting on natural foods like sweet potato, cassava, chicken, eggs, and oats. She
So
frequently
you
shares
already do
shots,
this stuff.
and that's the crazy part. She does.
Who's paying your tax now to do this stuff?
Self-tax.
TikTok?
Which makes no sense.
Maybe TikTok.
You have to get your husband to pay for all of this, however much you need,
Uh,
including your food.
But you're already doing it. So why you're not getting paid now? I mean, maybe through, social media, sure, but that's like a job.
Hokies.
What?
The Sims are paying, and guess what? You're gonna get the number one, as people say, the number one simp of your husband to pay for everything.
You do
But
not have
is
enough
that?
wine for this.
I think you are allowed to want this. You are allowed to say this is what you require in a relationship. The question
Sure.
is, will people actually do that for you? Are you the type of woman someone will pay for their lifestyle? Why are you laughing?
The last line on this article I was just reading. Rosalind frequently shares shots of her bikini-clad figure, which was recently declared the perfect female body by AI.
That's so random. To her 1 million followers on Instagram.
Not by men. They didn't pull any men.
I don't think she has the perfect body, but hey, it's so strange. So looking at her arms and her body, the tan lines are just so odd. You know what I'm saying? I am so thrown off. Poor Tugs right now. She's laughing. Unfortunately, maintaining her sweltering physique comes at a cost, which the bombshell believes should be floated by her beau. If men want a wife with a rocking bod like hers, they should be prepared to cover everything from nail appointments to gym memberships, she declared. We women who take care of ourselves spend hours training, invest in healthy food, supplementation, fitness clothes, and cosmetic procedures to always look beautiful and well cared for, says the gym bunny. But if we had fitness aid, a monthly amount just to help with our body care. Now, I'm very curious as to how much this girl needs in order to have this. So In other words, if you like fit, then you better put some bling on it. While she didn't specify the figure for the proposed monthly husband tax, Rosalind said these getting rip reparations would help wives whose fitness and beautification routines rarely come with recognition or financial support. For her, any guy who doesn't appreciate the pains they take to look good is an absolute deal breaker. So she wants to be a trophy wife as well, on top of that.
So that's fine. If she is that kind of girl that's looking for that kind of a rich man, I do know that there is
There's tons of men.
yeah, that are want to pay for they'll pay for the gym memberships for the girls to go to their workout or their tanning or whatever. Okay, that's fine. So that they stay, looking well. I don't know where I was going with that.
I don't know either. I feel like you're just
Stop it,
laughing.
I can't. I'm sorry. I love how that was something that she wanted in this article. She was voted the perfect body by AI.
Oh my god. She just
Okay.
computer wise, she just wanted people to know that she's considered gorgeous.
Yes, I want to know. Scroll down though. Let's look at this. Since she's
Oh
putting
wait,
her
go
out
figure.
front.
Some of her male suitors haven't been too keen on the idea of six-pack stipend for their soulmate. Okay.
Do you think? Here's my
Um,
thing. One, if you're with somebody, and I say this as somebody who's gained probably too much weight. Okay, so glass houses. All right, I'm aware. But if you're with somebody and you should want to stay in your best shape, you should want to be in your most healthiest, as healthy as you can be anyway, because again, genetics, we're not going to argue about it, but you should want to be your best shape and your most healthiest. I'm not saying you have to have a six-pack or anything like that, but you should want to be that way because that helps you live longer for your partner who should also want to live longer with you. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
you should want to be healthy with each other and to be in a good space mentally and physically, and so that you can bring out the best in each other, because when you're not feeling your best, whatever that looks like to you, that weighs on you and it weighs on your partner. So regardless of whether he pays your tax or not.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So viewers also found the proposition absolutely shallow and ridiculous, with one fuming, out of all the crap I've ever heard, this was the worst. I don't know. There have been worse.
I don't know. This is the
I've
worst.
heard of.
That's like people were like, Kendrick Lamar was the worst Super Bowl show. I'm like, I don't know that was the worst. There've been worse.
Because at least she's being upfront about it. There's something about like
There is a thing. I will agree with her though. The paragraph above it, when I brought up sharing the cost of lifestyle, I mean, other than him paying for it, she says, what I found absurd was that he wanted a girlfriend with a flawless body without understanding the investment behind it. Now, I do agree with that. Here's the thing. If you are wanting somebody that is that fit, that is that whatever, and this goes for men too, okay? You need to understand that there is a certain lifestyle to it. Years ago, I went to a friend's wedding, and a mutual friend of ours was dating a bodybuilder. That man brought his own chicken and rice to this wedding as a meal. Don't agree with it. Thought it was weird, but you know what I mean? He has a very strict eating regimen. He has a very strict diet in general. He has a very strict workout regimen in order for him to maintain whatever his goals were at the time. I have no idea. I don't remember now. It's been years. But he brought his own food to a wedding because he didn't want to risk overeating or whatever. He brought so that he knew his portions, he knew his thing. Do I think it's crazy? Yeah, I think that's insane. But if you want somebody that has that physique and maintains that kind of physique, that kind of whatever, then yes, there are very insane things. And so I agree with her on that. There's an investment behind it. I agree with her. I agree with her on that sentence, because if you want somebody that looks like this, it's not always magic. A lot of it can be, especially for women, depending on the boobs and whatnot. Okay, things like that. But if you're looking for somebody that want to be that shape, that lack of fat, that can run a marathon, in 12 minutes or whatever, there's an investment that goes with it. And if you as a man or a woman can't understand that in order for your man or woman to look like that, it's going to take them 3 or 4 hours a day in the gym, and they're not going to be able to talk to you until after 11 a.m. or whatever their schedule is. Like, then no, they're not right for you. So I do agree with her on that.
So some even accused her of encouraging gym-centered gold digging, but Rosalind insists her derriere endowment fund isn't about buying anyone. It's about partnership. I know about it being partnership, her body being the partnership, but hey, it sounds like she is very into herself, which is fine. I think a lot of bodybuilders are
Oh yeah.
self-centered. And she wants her husband to also be obsessed with her body. So, you know, mutual goals. That
It's
being said,
literally a full-time job.
the Fitfluencer doesn't believe this tax should apply this to men as
And
well.
there it is. But it should be actual tax, not necessarily, in my opinion. I agree with the idea of it being like a tax. I don't think that it should be paid, but it should be if that's your goal for a relationship, you
And that's
know,
it. It's kind of
and that's
it
your
is very
tax,
shallow.
right? Yeah, that's your tax. It's not necessarily, in my opinion, you need to pay each other. But
Yeah.
that's your tax. You want somebody that has these
Uh,
motivations, these drives, A, B, and C, right? Then that's the tax. But that goes with anything. You know, you're looking for a guy or gal that has these beliefs and these morals. That's your relationship, quote unquote, tax.
yeah.
She's just weird. She wants actual
So
money. I don't agree with that, but yeah.
this is where I think this all makes sense here now. She says, I have covered a man's expense and it was the biggest waste of my life. I paid for healthy food, encouraged him, and what did he do? He secretly ate junk food and got offended when I held him accountable. So she added, a man who truly wants to take care of himself does it on his own. He doesn't need to be carried. So it's very
That's
interesting
also a fact.
seeing this. So not only is she putting the whole like twist of, you know, I want to be a stay-at-home mom, but not really a mom per se, but just a stay-at-home wife, working on her fitness and being that
Mhm.
trophy wife. But she puts whoever this guy was on blast and saying,
You know what though? That would
wanna
frustrate
do
me
that.
too. That would frustrate me too. You
Oh,
know, I get
absolutely.
it. Absolutely. You know, and so obviously this sentence also states, and listen, again, she's crazy with the whole money thing. But you know, this last sentence here is he secretly ate junk food and got offended when I held him accountable. Well, if that's the standard that you hold yourself and you don't eat junk food ever, you don't drink, you don't eat any junk food, you don't sneak a fry here and there, and you're very strict, you're very regimented, then you need to find a man or woman again on that same level. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? And so you're not going to find them wherever it was she's finding these guys or girls or whatever. You would need to find them in a certain you're going to find them in the gym. You're going to find them in the gym for 4 to 5 hours a day and they're probably not going to talk to you because they have their headphones in and they're focused. But good luck. You know,
Mhm.
you're going to want to go to like the Mr. Olympia bodybuilding competition and go to the convention and all of that and talk to those guys that way. That's how you're going to find your people. But it's a very niche. And what kind of relationship is that too, where the both of you are just in the gym for 8 hours a day, unless you're together. But if you have opposite
But even
schedules,
then,
you know,
like, do you even talk to your person while you're at the gym? Like, I don't.
I don't. I mean, I go in like when we go together, the few times that we go together are able to go together, I will come over and like check on, like, hey, you okay?
Yeah.
You okay if I do this one more set or whatever? But we have very different workout things. Like we couldn't work out together, right? Like we're at the gym
Mhm.
together, but we couldn't do. I have a list of what I want to work on each day and blah blah. And he just
Yeah.
kind of like works on what he needs to. And like we're very opposite that way. But I do check in, like we check in with each other, like, hey, you okay? You good? You want to leave? No? Okay, cool.
Mhm. Yeah.
But yeah.
I used to date a bodybuilder and I found that our workouts are completely different. Mine sometimes was longer than theirs and vice
Yes.
versa. So
Mhm.
it was just actually easier to not go to the gym together. We would go
Yeah.
together, but then have two cars. Just leave at different
Yeah,
times.
exactly. Yeah. Either you have 2 cars or like ours is in walking distance. So if I'm done
Oh, that's
before or vice
nice.
versa or
You go
whatever,
home. Mhm.
I just walk home. Yeah. Or he walks home or whatever. But yeah, it's just, but the thing is like relationships in general have these little taxes. So in a way, I understand, I don't understand what she's saying, but in a way, I kind of agree that way. But you shouldn't have to pay each other for them. Maybe do like a
Yeah.
cute little chart, your taxes, you get to take a star off the wall. I don't know.
I agree with this more. Her husband tax would not be having to pay the mortgage or get a job. I would prefer that.
Mhm.
Great. No.
I love that. I'm very blessed.
Yeah.
That's my
Oh my
husband.
God. Guys, Valentine's Day is in 2 days. And we
Yeah,
know
don't
how much
forget
we
to
all
ask
love
your
that.
wives and girlfriends to be your Valentine. We take that very seriously.
Yes. So um wow, Cavatano, that is a interesting question. It was definitely not Kanye, or not Kanye. It was Diddy. Okay, I'm gonna put it out there. It wasn't Diddy. I
Wasn't
just
did
think
he?
this is funny. I think you sent this.
Oh my gosh, I did send this. My jaw dropped. Wait
This
until
is
you guys see this.
hilarious. Hilarious.
You don't have to play. I don't know if the music. Can't remember if the music is. Oh no, we're okay.
Okay, for my work wife on Valentine's Day, I finally found someone just as inappropriate as me. Same thing. Honestly, do you have anything against this? I think it really depends on like I would be sending a work wife one to Kara, but that's
Well,
just
okay,
me.
that's different, right? But what I think we is the general rule when you hear about work wife or work husband, it's the opposite. Generally
Yeah, I don't have
speaking,
work
it's the
husbands.
opposite sex, right? You have your work wife, your work husband is the opposite sex, and that's the big joke. And to go out of your way, oh,
Sorry, I took this the wrong way, clearly, because it is not like I'm just like, okay, well, let's
that's different. Like you and me, or like when I was close to the girlfriends that the girls at work, like yeah, that's funny. Like she's my work wife, or like we call each other wifey, you and Kara call each other wifey. Like that's different. But the general consensus, like like the chats agree. The general, as a
not
general
normal, I'm sorry.
rule, work wife and work husband are the opposite sex. Like, oh, that's my work wife, kind of thing. It's for them to like it's a joke. Some people consider it super inappropriate to joke that way. Some people don't. Like it depends on the relationship. But for you to go out of your way
To get
for
a
your work
card
wife
for
or
your
your work
work husband, opposite sex, or of whatever sex that you would bang. Okay, yeah, I see what you're saying there now.
you know see what I'm saying? Yeah. That wow. Wow.
Yeah, I definitely would not consider anyone in the Nerdrotic team like my work husband. I don't have a work husband. I only have work wives. Okay, let's put it out.
Gary is
Gary is my dad.
Yeah.
Guys, dad is away. Let's have a house party. No, I'm kidding.
And look, there's a very small niche. There's a very small niche of people where this is fine, and I get it. I'm not judging either way, but as a general rule, maybe don't do this.
Yeah. I would
Maybe
not be
don't.
very happy about like a significant other being like, okay, I want to get my coworker a work wife Valentine's Day card.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I guess Factory X, that's a card company maybe in the States. I've never heard of it before. Y'all are bored or something, or trying to break up relationships. But
Oh
hey,
man.
maybe this is part of the whole idea of breaking down the nuclear family by having these types of
Maybe.
cards.
I'm sure. Listen, I'm gonna take the everybody's got a good side approach to this. I'm sure they just did it because it's funny, because it's a joke, right? Everybody jokes about, not everybody, but a lot of people joke about their work wife, their work husband, blah blah, right? It's a big joke, and so they made these cards to be funny. But it's one of those things where like it lands flat.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a big enough. It's not a big enough thing for you to be doing that.
Yeah. Davina puts up a good point here, perpetually single people. And maybe that's not a bad way to kind of look at it if it is a single person saying that another single person is their work husband or wife.
Yeah.
I would maybe be okay with that. But if you are in a relationship, anything committed, and you're calling someone else your work husband or wife, I can see that being a problem. But hey, it's close to Valentine's Day. Now, I don't particularly love Valentine's Day. It is a corporate holiday to make couples spend money. But
Yeah.
I do want to go to Miller's Ale House. Kara, I found one in Texas. And
Oh,
we're
we
gonna
love
have
Miller's A House. Oh my
Okay,
gosh, they used to have one in
there
Vegas.
is
They
a
closed.
Captain Jack Sparrow like cake that is so freaking good.
What?
It's so good. And then we had it like twice while we were in Orlando. So yeah, see, she's like eyes.
Miller's Ale House is great. We used to have one in Vegas and it
Yes.
closed. I was very, very sad.
We're gonna go. Hey, maybe when you come down, Tugs, we can go to Miller's Ale House and we can all have cake together.
What we have to talk about how long you're there for and like what dates and stuff.
Yes. We'll have a chat and chat. You'll know eventually, I'm sure.
Oh yeah.
but yeah, let's see. I think because I am exhausted from my traveling, that we might call it a little early here because
Yeah,
I
that's
have
fine.
been on 4 hours of sleep each night over the past 2
Yeah,
nights.
and we have honestly
Mhm.
our you guys can't see our chat, but our chat on Twitter of like links we send each other is I told her I was like, I think we have too much.
We do. So you know what? I might actually bring some of them to morning roasts. We'll see.
Ooh, oh my gosh, should we just bring like the most crazy one we have and just freak Dan out? That'd be so funny.
Dan is totally posting a lot of crazy stuff recently.
Oh
So
my
I have
God,
no
I
idea what
know.
he's doing.
We've converted him, we've corrupted him.
I love it. I freaking love it. We got Jason Webster for 5 Australian says, "How are you, X-Ray and Tugs?"
Jason,
I'm doing good. Are you doing good, Tugs?
I'm doing good. Yeah.
Good, good, good.
Yeah.
My favorite female YouTube hosts by a considerable margin. X-Ray Girl is adorably charming, and Tugs is effervescent. I love how you're using such big words.
That is
Freaking
such
love
a
it.
big word.
Effervescent. So, yes, tomorrow, guys, morning roasts at 7:30 Central Time, with myself, Tugs, and Mr. Porkchop. Wait, is
Mhm, mhm.
he on? I think he is.
Yeah, he
And,
is. Yeah.
yeah, I am so freaking pumped. I am ready to get back to a normal stream schedule and get my life a little bit more normalized. And yes, I'm gonna sleep. And I do have where is the other one? I lost one of the dogs, but there's dogs.
Oh
around.
no. Gary will never ask you to watch the house again. What do you mean you lost
No,
the
he's
dog?
somewhere around. He would last I
Mongoose,
checked,
clip
he was
that.
under
I
here.
lost one of the dogs. Just clip that part.
Oh my god. Sorry, I ate one of the dogs.
I lost one of the dogs, and it's just a clip of like you hooking it.
Lost. He puts in quotes. Lost.
It's missing.
Yeah. Wait, should we do this before we leave? And I kind of wanted to show the chat this because I think we talk about a lot of like negative stuff, but for those that want to see, this is Kara's new puppy. Oh my God,
bully.
he is so
He's a
beautiful.
bully. An English bully. Look at him.
All the girl noises. Like, look, I would love to have a work dog like this before I eat it. No, I'm
Hey,
kidding.
look, soak that up now because English bullies actually get bigger than you think they do. And he's not going to be able to be that squishy. Look how
I love
wrinkly
him
he
so
is.
much. I think you should bring that dog over with you. I'm just saying. So, yes, send lots of love to Kara if you want to see more pictures of the dog.
Just
I would
follow
highly
dog.
advise following her on Twitter.
I feel like our dogs need to meet now.
Yes. Dan Halen for 5 British pounds says, "How are you, X-Ray and Tugs?" Good. Oh wait, did I
We're
read this already?
good.
Oh no, we
No,
didn't.
it's a different one.
Different one. Oh my God. I'm tired. Okay, whatever. A couple of female YouTube hosts by a no margin at all. X-Ray
Girl is pretty okay. Listen,
This is all right too, I guess. Dan.
listen, you wanna see just how all right I am. Okay. Friday is Valentine's Day, as we all know. At the moment I have a plan to stream on Friday night because Duke works. And I put a poll up. I put a poll up on Twitter, on my YouTube channel for my like subscribers and stuff, and in my Discord because I know not everybody crosses over. And so far, people have voted that I should play Mortuary Assistant.
Hell yeah.
I'm scared.
It's fun. It's a fun
I'm
game.
so scared.
It is.
I think that's gonna
fun.
end up being the winner, and I'm like, why do I do this to myself?
Good luck.
So we're gonna do Valen Frights Day. Get it?
No, I think you're gonna enjoy it. So do it. Do it.
You have to play Cabin Factory. I told the chat when I played you have to play Cabin
I
Factory.
still have to play more of Hello Kitty Treasure Island. So
Yes, that too. Yeah.
Yeah. Staccato DDS for $10 says, "Happy early Valentine's, ladies." Staccato, what state are you in? Maybe I should just go get my teeth cleaned so I feel like I get some action.
We're actionless this year. It's a
Yeah,
bummer.
stick me with some metal tools, please. Oh my God.
Thanks,
gonna get caught.
Holocron.
Thanks.
My work husbands. My chat is my work husbands. One of you guys gotta
God
send me that
dang
card
it.
now, just for fun.
He's too far.
Um,
God damn it. Well, I guess I'll have to just go to another dentist. I do need teeth cleaning at some point, though. Anyways, guys, I hope you have a very good week. See some of you at Morning Roast tomorrow on my channel, X-Ray Girl. And oh wow, Staccato for 10 says all expenses paid in dental too.
Wait a minute. How do I get on this?
Yeah, I don't know.
Are you a fan of staccatos? Because I have a hookup to the ranch.
Need a teeth cleaning?
I have a hookup to the ranch. I'm just saying, if you're a fan of staccatos, you know, you
Thank
know.
Staccato. And Andrew Matthews for 2 British pounds says, Kara, bring the lizard with you for. No, she's not doing that. She's not doing
That's probably cheaper to fly with the lizard than it is the dog.
that. The lizard would die on the way there, unfortunately, though, because the
That's fair.
temperature regulation,
That is fair.
unfortunately. So, and squishy easily. And then Jason Webster for 5 Australian says the 29th Art Directors Guild Awards and the 78th BAFTA Awards are this weekend. I don't know what any of that means.
Actor awards where they pat each other on the back for making like the best movie ever.
Oh my God. But all right. Staccato. Are you willing to marry me or something, Staccato? For $10 is green
Ooh.
card too.
There you go. Hey, you know
Never
what that means? You know what that means? You can get your fitness tax.
Oh God. Are you gonna pay my husband tax, Staccato?
Your husband tax.
I need to make sure this body is the way it is, which I mean
Your
I just
body's
had
Wonderland.
Whataburger for dinner, so I don't know if you're ready for this.
Los Angeles. Oh man,
Oh.
that's definitely a husband tax for sure.
Oh yeah. God. I guess in
Dentists,
your
listen,
home-
dentists in general bring in a relatively good paycheck,
Mhm.
modestly.
Yes.
Los Angeles.
I will wear Staccato. I will wear a shark outfit just for you. I know how much you like that.
Don't forget your shots.
Staccato for $10 says yes to all. Okay. I think I have to get a divorce and get married to Staccato.
Yep, that's the only way you're gonna do it. You're gonna do it.
Guys, mark this so that I can give it to the immigration officer. I'm just
When it hurts, when do we tariff extra girl 25? That's on the husband tax. So instead of paying the husband tax, it washes out. Los Angeles has a lot of teeth.
just die right now. Thank you, Staccato.
That's fair.
All right. You have to be okay with me wearing a beaver on my chest, okay, Staccato? So, anywho, I hope you all have a very good evening. This is a great way to end it, and I hope you guys will see you next week for another Poor Choices. Bye, everyone. Jason Webster for 5 Australian. Lively Blake stitch up against the Baldoni falls apart. Cobblers everywhere in the choice. Thank you, Jason. I'm sorry we missed this.